What's up, everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm coming to you with a review for the Braxton Family Values Season 6, Episode 11. We will now dub this the Tracy Braxton Show from here on out until we get some answers and some things resolved. It will be Tracy Braxton or Tracy Braxton and Friends. I think that's more fitting. So let me tell you guys, I had a rough day at work. Ignore the emblem on my shirt. It's been a very long day, but we were very busy. So I'm coming from there. Of course, I know I'm like 2 days behind, but I told y'all in my Greenleaf review, honey, I had done got caught up on that sleep. I got the schedule thrown completely off, but that's okay though. I'm here. I'm here. I'm just blessed to be able to do my videos. So I watched the episode and I was totally prepared to just kind of half watch it, you know, take a little notes here and there. Braxton Family Values hasn't really been anything intricate in a long time, so I was just like, oh, let me watch this real quick, you know, maybe something to eat, this, that, and the third. Well, you guys, that is not what ended up happening. I ended up sitting my behind down and paying attention to every moment of that show. You want to know why? Because that show tugged at my heartstrings. And let me tell you why. When I tell you I had completely forgotten the evolution of Tracy Braxton on this show, I had completely forgotten how she was treated in some of the earlier episodes and the effect that that may have had on her. I really had forgotten about all of that. So we find out about the walkout. And we've heard it in the blogs. We know that the reason why the walkout was planned was because they don't feel like they're getting paid what they need to be getting paid. Now, while all that's fine and good, it seemed to me, the way that Tracy was talking, that there was no united front conversation that happened ahead of time. Whose number is this? Child, somebody calling me. I don't know these numbers. Anyway, there was no conversation had ahead of time with Tracy. Y'all ever heard of the term, you know, meeting after the meeting? It sounded like they had talked about what they wanted to do. They had talked about staging a walkout, and then they got with Tracy after they already had talked and said, hey, we've all decided that this is what we're going to do as a family. We expect you to do it too. And Tracy in no way wanted to be a part of that because Tracy enjoys doing the show. She was honest. I like to work. I want to come to work. I don't want to do this. So we have her crying on the show. We have her, I guess this is just inaction when it's actually happening, when she has a conversation with her sisters. So
now I'll come down the hair. Let's see if I can't push it back when you come down slow.
So she's crying, she's in tears, she's doing a type of cry, and basically she decides that she's going to do her and she's going to continue working because she enjoys doing the show. And the bag don't stop. All right, she didn't say that, but that's what I gathered. Now, throughout the show, they are showing flashbacks of what Tracy has been through, and Tracy is explaining that when it comes to this family, she has always kind of felt like the cousin. She even says that to her dad. And I will say that it was refreshing this show to really see Daddy Braxton step into that fatherly role in the way that I've been wanting him to do it. I was tired of all the jokes and the clowning around. I love to see him being a father to that girl in that moment, hugging her, asking her what was wrong with her, asking her was she okay, telling her how beautiful she was, how talented she was, and how she did not have to do the same thing that her sisters were doing. And if they weren't okay with it, then she was going to have to go for it anyway. At some point in time, you got to be strong within yourself. I hate that you guys are like this, but you've been blessed with a talent, and you have the right to do what you want to do with it. And they have to respect it. And I loved hearing that from Daddy Braxton. Y'all know he's not my favorite person. He can be a little jokey, but he was on it this episode. I saw a lot of people saying that Tracy is complaining and they don't really treat her that bad. But when they showed those flashbacks, you guys, I mean, the scenes don't lie. If we're just going by the show anyway, they have treated Tracy a certain type of way. There has been a bond amongst them that Tracy doesn't have with the entire group. It is noticeable. They do say things to Tracy that I don't feel like they would say to anybody else. And it's hurtful to watch. And it was a hurtful reminder of what it feels like to be an outcast in a group that you really want to be a part of, especially when it's a group that you love. Even worse when it's a group that shares your bloodline. And I don't care how loner you are, how much you don't F with people, how you don't trust nobody but God, and you keep your circle, this, that, and the third. Y'all know how folks do on Instagram. I don't care how much you talk. Everybody wants to feel included. That is human nature. We like to feel like we are a part of something, especially a group. So when you have that feeling of feeling like the oddball or feeling like you don't click in a certain group that you really want to be a part of, and I ain't talking about that high school stuff. I'm talking about some real deep felt feelings. It's hurtful. I think a lot of us have been there. I know I've been there. And it just reminded me of that feeling and that fear of finally realizing that regardless if I am in the group or not, if I'm included or not, I have to be able to stand on my own and make my own decisions. And that's where Tracy is right now. One thing I did notice, out of all the sisters, I can see why Tracy's so attached to the show, because this show has allowed Tracy to grow the most out of everybody on the show. Think about it. Outside of Trina, Tracy has truly exhibited the most growth on this show. She got her marriage a little bit better. We have watched Kevin spring into a fine young man, growing up, taking care of his responsibilities, moving out the house. She bought a new house that is beautiful. She's lost the weight. She started her singing career. She's done charitable projects. She's done a lot. And I'm proud of Tracy. And I can understand her attachment to this show because it's done a lot for her. But anyway, let's move on. Later on in the episode, Tracy's having conversations with her manager. Her manager was very encouraging. I really liked him. She's also out shopping with her husband for this bed, you guys. And I told y'all a long time ago that those two were nasty. And now they confirming what I said. So, child, they had Value City Furniture. We all done been, okay? You get a 4-room set, $7.95, whole living room. So they're in there looking at furniture for the boom boom room. Now that Kevin's gone, they got a boom boom room. They're going to be doing it. She leaned up on the bed. She putting her leg up on stuff. They doing different positions. And the furniture man, he don't know whether to laugh or cry. He's sweating. He watching them, but he's entertained. Okay, he about to get this commission is what he's thinking. So they doing the most in the furniture store, y'all. I mean, more than I've ever seen a couple do. And looks like they're having fun. Why is it that I feel like Tracy's husband is slightly attractive? I don't know what was going on with me watching this episode, but when they get back home, there's a conversation that Michael Braxton, Daddy Braxton, wants to have with Kevin. He wants to know if he can dedicate the baby. I got a little time in my schedule this week, and I'd like to dedicate the baby. Well, Kevin's cool with that, but first he needs to have a discussion with Olivia because Olivia's a different religion, and he doesn't want to just do something all willy-nilly. Plus, he's a baby. He's so innocent. Like, I want him to be able to make the decision. Now, there's always a lot of talk about doing the christening and baptism, and is your child old enough to make a choice, and all of these different things. And I guess it just depends on how you were brought up. I think I had a christening. My brother and sister had a christening. It's really more so about you putting a blessing on the child and dedicating them to the Lord. Basically saying, I'm going to raise this child in the best way I can, and I'm going to devote my life to being a parent guided after you so that they can be a dedication to you and for you. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I know some people were outdone about the whole baptism thing, like on Twitter and all of that, but it's not a big deal to me. I've grown a lot about religion as I have gotten older. Some of my feelings have slightly changed about the church and things of that nature. However, I am a church kid. I have been a church kid all of my life. Enjoyed myself. Learned a lot, grew a lot, have people to this day that still have my back 100% that I met in church that were like family to me. So I'll never discredit it. And, I as I've gotten older, I've just kind of sprinkled a little everything in there. We might do a christening, and we might do a little ancestral prayer, child. We might do a dance, it might be a little Yahweh talk. The Israelites be putting me on game on some stuff in Deuteronomy. I still believe in universal laws and universal principles. So, child, you just kind of evolve. But the core, my center, is still there. They do decide. Olivia's 7-day Adventist, and I said, child, y'all better be christening that baby on a Saturday. Y'all know the 7-day Adventists don't play by Saturday. That is the Sabbath. We're going to be in church. We're going to be in there all day. But I will say, them 7-day Adventists know how to have church. I had me a good time one Saturday at the church. I had to sing over there. I had a real good Saturday with my 7-day Adventist. But she doesn't see a problem with it, luckily. And so they're going to do it. Of course, Tracy's bummed out because her family's not all connected and everybody's not together. And this is something she wanted them to be a part of. When they did a flashback of Logan's graduation, I thought it was so funny the way that Mom and Daddy Braxton was competing with one another. And then when they showed Tamar, that's the Tamar I miss, y'all. That's the Tamar I miss. Tamar is good for a laugh. When it comes to the sisters, I really do feel like Tamar does have a lot of meanness and rudeness in her. And I know her Tamartians will disagree, but she does have it in her. And I feel like out of all the sisters, she is definitely the least close to Tracy. That is probably who I feel like has the most strained relationship. But it's funny because they're so much alike. I've said it so many times. They even look alike. There are times where Tracy pops up on that screen and I have to do a double take. But that's the Tamar that I miss, the Tamar that would give me a good laugh. Not the nasty Tamar, the mean Tamar. But the Tamar that would give me a good chuckle by her facial expressions alone, I miss her. But you know what? It's the Tracy Braxton show, so we're going to roll with it. And with Tracy's life and things she has going on, the show actually held my attention. Even when she went to meet with the girl at the pop-up shop, and the pop-up shop girl got the nerve to be telling her, I remember when I could fit you into a medium and you got to tell the family we're going to be eating salads. I said, what size are you wearing, pop-up shop girl? Because I saw all that wagon you was dragging behind you. So don't be trying to tell nobody about no weight. But Tracy still looks good. Tracy's one of those people, she gains weight in the middle. Okay, her legs are not that big. Her legs are fairly slim. She actually has really nice legs. Especially for a 40-plus-year-old woman, because, child, listen. When I tell you the older you get, your legs start doing some things that you would never imagine. I got some cellulite trying to kickbox its way in right now that I'm dealing with. Okay, I would show y'all, but I ain't got no bottoms on. This is just shirt life. So, yeah, her legs look damn good to be 40-plus years old. She loved wearing her some hoochie shorts, and she should. She looks good in them. So, she got to get her weight down. So, y'all know what that means, don't you? Well, who you call when you need to get your weight down? Who do you call, y'all? You got to call Dr. Tachaya. Okay? I'm saying it right? Dr. Takaya from the Congo. Takaya, whatever, is going to be having this wellness boot camp. She can bring a friend, but he cannot reveal who else is coming because of privacy reasons. But basically, all of the reality stars that you know that are out of work, that's who's going to be there. She shows up with her friend Nikki, who is freaking hilarious. Please bring Nikki back. Nikki's a thick chick. She lost 50 pounds, but she got a few more to lose. Nikki comes with her. Then we see Lunel, who always sounds like she is drunk. Okay, that's going to be, our second secret person. Well, third if you include Nikki. Then we got Natalie Nunn coming in, Miss I Run LA herself. She's had a baby, so she got some of this baby weight that she needs to get off. She is the original bad girl, so let her tell it. But she's reformed. She's a housewife now. Then we have Phaedra Parks, who's bringing in the rear, and I do mean bringing in the rear. Y'all know Phaedra still got that behind. Y'all, my computer is doing something funny, so I hope it's not freezing too bad. But Phaedra comes in, and when she comes in, Natalie Nunn got the nerve to be rolling her eyes, talking about she a little on the bougie side, and she's a different type of housewife. Girl, what makes her any different than you? Okay, you came from Bad Girls Club. She came from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all both came from a reality show. She came from the bigger reality show, if you ask me. You don't even know her, so give her a chance and quit acting like that immediately. But Whatever, child. She already is trying to get some drama started with hers. So, we'll see how that goes. But Phaedra comes in her normal Phaedra self. I actually have missed Phaedra. But she's ready to get stuff shook up. She's telling Nikki how thick she is. Nikki was just like, Phaedra is bad. She got that big old butt and she don't even have no cellulite. Like, I ain't gay. But dang, she look good. So Nikki is funny. Tracy is telling them a little bit more about the sister situation and how she did have to, stand up and stand out on her own. Lunel says she trying to get all the way in that business, but she gonna give Tracy some time. But she want to know the scoop. So does Natalie Nunn. So, they're going to probably be stirring some stuff up. I hope that Tracy doesn't trash talk her sisters. I don't want her to go high when people go low. So I don't want her to engage in any of that. Tracy, now I love you. And I know you done lost some weight, but you was really walking by faith and not by sight when you put that two-piece on. Your body not quite ready for that, but you can get it there. And ain't no shade because mine ain't ready for it either. But that was really it. We'll see more next episode of the Tracy Braxton and Friends show. I'm looking forward to it. Are you? All right. Talk to you guys soon. Watching Ayanna Fix My Life now, so I'll be getting that up next. Marriage Boot Camp, we gonna see because there's a lot of videos to be doing in one night. So anyway, I will see you guys soon for Ayanna Fix My Life. Bye.